Welcome back to Mad Genius. I'm Ariel Kashanchi and I am still on the dating train, the many first dates. And it's been pretty bleak, I have to say. I've gone on, I don't know, like 5 or 6 dates at this point, most of which I didn't want to see again. One I thought was cool, but he never reached out to me again. So I'm like, all right. He didn't have the same experience as me. Then there were the ones that were like, they had a great time and I didn't. And I don't know. That's what this app dating is. Like, I miss the days of yore. I miss the days when we could meet each other in person at social events or even at the grocery store. I met a guy at the grocery store once and I went on a couple dates with him. These things used to happen. You know what I used to do? I used to go on matchmaker dates when I was younger. There were these matchmakers that would set up these guys that the men paid and the women didn't, let's put it that way. And they wanted women under 30, I think. Maybe under 40. They had like an age limit. And you would send them a bunch of pictures and you would meet with them and do like an extensive interview where they would get to know everything about you, and then they would set you up on dates where the guy has seen your profile, and he's said, yes, this is who I want to meet, and they call you and tell you, okay, you're going on a date. Are you available Thursday night at 7? Yes. Okay, great. You're going to be going to this restaurant and you're going to meet Elliot C. And, there's a plane going. Sorry about that. You're going to meet Elliot C. at, I don't know, I can't think of any restaurant names. At Mozza. You're going to meet Elliot C. at Mozza at 7:30 on Thursday. And you show up and that's all you know about him. It's a literal blind date for you. And they'll tell you, like, he's really he's very kind, he works in whatever industry. It would be something like that. That's all they would tell you. And I'd go on these dates, and these guys were all pretty successful. And I dated a couple of them, and nothing came of it. And that was my matchmaker experience. And now I'm just on a swiping basis meeting men. And, sometimes your heart is with somebody else too, which mine may be. And it's hard to go on these dates because you would rather be with this person, but that's not how things worked out. So I hate that part. I hate that part of dating, where especially if it wasn't like a clean end, Anyway, what else is going on in the world? I reconnected with my cousin this week. I have a cousin who I grew up with who's like a brother to me, and we just lost touch just because of he has a family, and I don't know, he doesn't talk to our family anymore, and I'm estranged from my family, so we kind of lost touch. And I reached out to him and we spoke on the phone, and I went and visited him and his wife and kids and it was really nice. And it was nice, like, to feel like, oh, I have more family, because I have my aunt and uncle and a couple cousins who I see, and that's always nice. But it's nice to have that feeling. It's nice, his kids are adorable. They have a kid that doesn't look like them, that they made the hospital run a DNA test on. Is that not the most adorable thing? To have a kid that looks nothing like you, to the point where you demand a DNA test. And he's so cute. He's so cute. All three of their kids are very cute. Anyway, so things that are going on in the world. A 71-year-old Nevada man was arrested because after his 7 emotional support tigers were discovered. So, in his house. So he had 7 tigers living in his house that he had gotten from Joe Exotic. Or rescued from Joe Exotic. Now, if it were true that these were emotional support tigers, what kind of emotional, how fragile do you have to be that you need tigers supporting you? What level of, and how would you even, obviously they weren't emotional support tigers, but I'm just saying that this is a lofty lie. It's a big one. Okay. A landlord in Minnesota set his own building on fire, I think starting with his own unit, whilst playing the song, the Billy, what's his name? Oh my God, I don't remember his name. That guy from the 80s, We Didn't Start the Fire. Oh my God, I can't believe I don't remember his name. Anyway, whatever. You know who I'm talking about. You're probably screaming it out right now. And I'm still trying to think of it. And I can't. And Billy Joel. Anyway, what else is going on? I don't have a lot to say today. I couldn't find a lot of interesting articles. So it's going to be a brief episode. I know these are short episodes as it is. But, I'm just giving you a bite size of entertainment. So what else happened? The fire thing. What kind of psychotic human being do you have to be to set your own place on fire? And then he warned his tenants that there was a fire. I guess he just wanted insurance money, I guess. But he did start the fire. And I don't think playing that song absolves him. What else is going on? Oh, this doctor who was hiking with his wife in Hawaii took her to the edge of a cliff and said he wanted to take a selfie with her. And she was like, no, I don't want to die. And so he beat the shit out of her, and 2 hikers came by and rescued her. But he hit her with a rock in her head, and he was trying to kill her. And then he pulled out, he was an anesthesiologist. He pulled out 2 syringes. So he basically took her on this hike to kill her. And he was going to do it by doing the fake selfie, pretending that he wanted to take a selfie with her so he could throw her off the cliff and make it an easier murder. And I think that that is really a dumb way to try to kill someone. I mean, it's obvious. Like, you're not getting away with that one. There are much better ways to do that. And this guy, he's an anesthesiologist of all people. That's so crazy that you're a physician and this is like you care for people's lives and you're trying to kill your wife. It's a little, I don't know. Sorry if I'm not being funny today, by the way. If I feel like I'm just delivering odd news to you. Okay. So this golfer, Ryan McCormick, he taped his mouth shut during a tournament so that he wouldn't have any tirades. And I think that it's actually a very good idea. If you're somebody with a rage problem, shut your mouth, literally. Shut your mouth so you can't, then you're forced to internalize your rage and then, scream at a later time. That's somebody who could use like one of those rage rooms where you go in and you break things and you scream. That guy, I think, would benefit from something like that. Or meditation. But the taping the mouth shut is an interesting thing. It's actually a great self-awareness. Like, this is somebody who's saying, I know that I am a lunatic, and so here's what I'm doing to protect other people from my lunacy. I think it's a great idea. So, the CEO of some financial company was on a cruise with his wife, and this guy was dancing barefoot, and the wife commented, and I guess he didn't react. Like, he was like, fuck off. Because, as gross as it is, it's none of your business, lady. And then her husband choked him. And just for dancing, literally all of this for dancing barefoot on a cruise, which a lot of people are, you're in flip-flops anyways. It's a step away from barefoot. But choking is a lot. That's a big step. Anyway, all right. That's all the stories I could find for this week. So, thank you so much for listening. I do really appreciate it, and I hope I'm entertaining you. I hope I'm giving you something you look forward to listening to each week. And please leave a review or a like or a comment or tell a friend, post about it, all of the above, please. I'll see you next time. Bye.